welcome to Suzanne's studio, and I'm Suzanne Barnett, your host. I am so excited tonight to present my two guests who are, you won't believe who they are, but first we have Miss Henna, Roopa Raman, you're the founder and artistic director of Henna Bash. And the beautiful young 16-year-old gorgeous daughter that I knew when you were a little girl. And you are Shilpa, and you do body art. Body art at 16. We'll talk about that. Okay, Roopa, you were on the show about 4 or 5 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the girls were so teeny weeny.
That's right.
And you have come such a long way with henna. So what is henna?
Henna is a plant. It's natural. It has a natural dye in it, and people in many countries use this as a natural dye to stain their body. So they found an art form. That's the art form that's called henna or mehendi. And what they use is use the leaves and decorate your hands and your feet to make a beautiful art form.
And what's so wonderful about it is that it's like a tattoo, but it's not permanent.
Exactly.
And there's so much to talk about, but I want to tell the audience that you're from India.
Yes.
And you are a professional software engineer.
Right.
That turned into an artist.
Exactly.
So just tell quickly, how did that happen?
I've been an artist all my younger days. I did not learn any art, but art was a passion for me. I used to always draw, loved drawing and painting as a child, and I participated in art contests in college. But then I ended up being an engineer like any other person in India, because the parents want you to study well. So, and then I came to this country, worked as an engineer. 2001, got laid off from my engineering job. So stayed home, girls were little, just wanted to go back to my hobby of doing the henna. And that's how it got started, because my friends actually encouraged me to do that as a business. And that's how I got started.
And now you're world famous, practically.
Oh, thank you.
And let me ask Shilpa, how did you become a henna artist? Body art artist. All over the body, Shilpa?
Well, I guess my mom inspired me. I've always been really interested in art, so I guess that's how it started. I love painting on canvases, and then it just moved to bodies, I guess.
Well, we're going to have a demonstration. I can't wait. Should we start the demonstration, or do you want to tell about why henna is so significant? You know, where it started in Egypt, so forth. Tell the audience that, please.
Okay. Henna actually has a very long background to it. So it started in Egypt 5,000 years ago. People traveled from Egypt to the Middle East, came to India, brought the henna tradition all over. And it became a cultural part of celebration for women particularly, because any transition in a woman's life, puberty and then wedding and childbirth, became an important occasion for the women to gather together and have henna on their hands and feet and just celebrate the night with music, dance and henna. So that's why it is so popular, and Bay Area being a very multicultural environment, I find that henna is becoming popular every year, by the year since the past 7 years I've been doing henna.
And the thing is that there's so many aspects to it. Right. Like, tell what's happened in your life, Roopa.
Yeah, I started.
About how your business has grown and everything.
Okay. So initially when I started off, it used to be only like weddings. People would only invite me for weddings, hire me for weddings, and do the bridal henna and the little bit of the guests. But as years went by, and I did some advertising too, because it's all natural, people became more and more conscious of using natural henna because it's safe for the skin. So they started hiring me for all kinds of events like birthday parties. Teen birthdays are very special. So they hire me for that. Baby showers, mom-to-be, it's an important celebration in a woman's life. And then weddings, graduations, school graduations, college graduations, corporate events. A lot of companies here in the Bay Area, Apple, Intuit, a lot of major companies invite me every year for their Diwali celebration to do henna. So it has grown so much over the years that people are more aware of this ancient art form.
Do men have henna?
Not really, actually. So that's why I brought my
Gotta
daughter
get-
here.
Yeah. Come on, Shilpa, you're so darling and gorgeous. I'm sure you could talk a man into having something done,
Aw,
right?
thank you.
What do you think? Have you ever, I mean, this is maybe not the tradition though. I'm just being cutesy. No, tell.
I guess it's not traditional, but sometimes, like, sometimes men do get henna done.
That's a man's body, isn't
Yeah.
it? And then don't you have a picture? You don't have a picture of a man, but you've got that other picture, which is one of my favorite things.
Oh, I do have a picture of a man. Here's one.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, I think it's very masculine. Look at the men. They have. I know this man. I'm going to have him on the show. He has tattoos all around his neck, his whole body. I mean,
Right.
I can't believe it. Tattoos.
Right.
But henna doesn't hurt. Tattoos do. Except you ask a tattoo person, does it hurt? They will never tell you the truth, ever. Anyway, should we do a demo?
Yes, let's do it. Yeah, let's
Okay.
go ahead and do it. So I'm going to do the traditional henna first, and then I will be doing some glitter on it.
Oh, and how I love glitter.
Okay, that's awesome.
Now, how long does it last?
It lasts for a week to 10 days.
Yes.
But on your hands, because we wash our hands more often.
Yeah.
But if you did the same henna on your feet, I've had clients who've told me it lasts for up to 3 weeks. Because, yeah, the skin exfoliates slowly.
Yeah.
And you don't wash your feet so often, so it stays longer. So typically a week to 10 days. And so let me draw something which is called more like the Arabic kind of design.
Perfect.
Which is typically what I do when I go to parties. It actually starts from one end of the hand, one finger. It's typically one finger. You
I
see
love
how
that.
green it is, Suzanne?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the leaf, the color of the henna itself. And as it dries, you'll notice that it turns into a kind of a black color. And people do ask me, will it stay like this? Once I remove the henna, will it look like this, same color? I always tell them, no, it changes into a reddish brown color. And that's the natural color of the henna, natural henna. Whereas what my daughter is going to show, display is called Jaguar, which is also natural, but it is black in color, bluish black in color. And this is going to be a reddish color. When you leave it on your hand at least for 3 hours,
Okay.
and then when you scrape it off,
Yeah.
the color turns into a beautiful reddish brown. I'll show the picture after
Okay,
I'm done.
perfect. How do you know what you're doing?
Typically, when
I
I
mean-
do, that's a very good question. Because when I go to parties, I have to work fast. So the best thing is not to look at a design and do it, then it slows you down.
Yeah.
And people typically pay me by the hour, so it's better that I do my own design as an artist. So the design typically flows with the shape of the hand.
I see.
And the length of the hand too, typically. And that's how I draw it. I don't have any design in mind when I start off. It just flows.
It just flows.
Yes.
Now, where does how do you get the henna?
Yeah,
Roopa?
that's a good question too. The Indian stores in the Bay Area, they do sell henna powder,
Oh, they
but sometimes the quality is not good. So what I do, I get my stock of henna powder from India, and then I stock it up in the freezer, and then when I'm ready to use it, go to an event, the henna has to soak for 24 hours in tea or lemon to release the dye.
Oh.
So I typically, what I do is I soak this paste overnight, and then it forms a brown layer. That's when the henna has released the dye. It's ready to be used. And then I make the cone.
You make the cone.
Then I make the cone like this.
How do you, that's an art form, right? Shilpa, my goodness, you know how to do that too.
No, I don't.
You don't? How long
It's
have you
very
been
hard.
doing this? It's very hard to do, yeah. Okay.
So actually, I learned it from my sister-in-law, who is also an artist, a henna artist. I learned from her to make the cone, and then it just needs some practice. And you cannot use the regular gift wrap that you get in the stores. This is a metallic gift wrap. It's a special gift wrap.
Yeah, I see that's metallic, yeah.
And then, so I make that, and then I put the paste in there, seal it tightly, and then I can use this henna cone for so many designs. Like I can do like 12 to 15 designs in one henna cone, something like that.
So the henna washes off pretty easily?
Yeah. Actually, what you do, you leave it on your hand for at least 3 hours, and then it dries.
I love
it
this.
flakes out by itself.
I'll just go like this, as I walk down the street.
I can put some glitter on it to make it even more beautiful.
Of course.
And some jewels, like some jewel effects. So let me do.
Okay.
Since you're wearing purple, a little bit of purple shade will look good. Typically, I do it when the henna dries totally.
Oh, I love that.
But you see how it makes it more fancy.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yes. And then
look at it changes. That's it.
It changes a lot.
Oh.
And then to match your outfit, typically when I go to weddings, to match the bride's outfit, I take different color henna with me. So silver and gold goes really well. So what I do, I use this as highlights. So I put them in spots where it acts like a jewel. Yeah, it really shines.
Is that your idea?
Yeah, actually I did.
Nobody else has done this, have they?
I do see some henna artists do this. Actually,
I've never seen this before, and I've seen henna
before.
Yeah.
So this is
How come you don't have it all over, like your neck and everything?
The thing, I get it done only when I go to a wedding, a party. I do it myself. So typically, most of the time, I'm not doing it on me. I'm doing it on others.
Oh, that's it.
Right.
Okay. How about a demo from Miss Shilpa?
Okay.
Should we do it on the other hand? No, let's do it on this one.
Okay, right here.
The more the.
Yeah, we could do something there maybe.
Does your dad have any henna?
I don't think he's ever got it done, actually.
Yeah,
Why not?
He asked me to do a mom, the heart and the mom's
Yeah.
hand with the arrow. Yeah, so I did it for him
Oh,
once
how
there.
cute. Well, I paint anything. And when before my husband died, he said to me, please, I have to ask you, never paint, I wanted to paint his shoes.
Okay.
And he said, are you kidding? And I said, well, if you were really masculine, it wouldn't bother you. And he said, and one other thing, don't paint my car.
Oh.
I'd spray it and put my jewels on it and stuff.
Right.
Look at that. So tell me about that, Shilpa.
This is really similar to henna in that it's natural and it dyes your skin, but it dyes your skin more of a bluish black color after you remove it. And unlike henna, the dye doesn't show up right away. When you remove it after it dries, it's actually invisible, so it looks like nothing happened. But after some time, it develops into a darker color, and it kind of looks like a tattoo after like maybe a few minutes.
Yeah, it looks exactly like a tattoo, so watch out. People are going to ask you, Suzanne,
Oh, but
did
I've
you have
always
a
wanted a
tattoo?
tattoo.
Yes,
Oh, thank you. Look at that. You know what it looks like with the lights, like little teeny little beads. Oh, well, I'm not going to be able to take a shower or anything for 3 weeks. I mean, I'll keep my hand out. So tell me more about henna, Roopa.
Yeah, so these are some of the techniques. And then, you know, when I go to parties sometimes, some people don't want to keep henna for 3 hours. They are busy, they have small babies to take care of. So I found out that these would really help with people who really want a henna but who doesn't want to keep it on your hands. So this is actually a henna tattoo sticker. And all you do is peel it and just place it on your body anywhere you want. And it'll look very decorative. It'll look very beautiful. It'll match your outfit. So women love this. And so I started showing this to people along with the henna when I go to events. And if people don't want the natural henna, they just go for this. And this is reusable too.
Now, you're the only one that carries those?
Actually, yes. Yeah, I haven't seen any other artist use this.
Well, you're a very important person.
Oh,
But I love how your business has grown. So you were going to show a couple of other things,
yeah,
right?
let me show. Yeah.
Yes.
The first of all, I wanted to show the audience how the henna color changes too. From that color, it will actually, Suzanne, when you leave it for 3 hours and remove it, it's going to change.
Oh, I have to remove it?
Actually, it will fall off. It will actually, once it dries,
I
it will
don't
fall
want
off.
it to remove.
The design is still going to stay.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yes. That's so sweet of you. Yeah, so this is the color it's going to change, and it's going to be like this for up to 10 days. And henna, not only is it beautiful, it is healing too. I think I told you a story about a cancer patient who came to me.
Yeah, tell that story.
Yeah. And so what happened was she actually had breast cancer, and she saw my article about henna. It came in the local newspaper, Cupertino Courier. She saw that and she immediately called me and she said, I don't know, it may be a very silly question I am asking you, but I saw your henna article and I'm so love it. I'm a cancer patient and I don't have any hair in my scalp. So would you be able to do a nice henna design for me on my scalp? So then I have never heard of something like that. I've never heard people do henna on the scalp. So I told her, you can come. I'll just try it. I don't know if the color is going to come out well, but I could give it a shot. So she came and I did the henna. Guess what? It turned out so dark and beautiful in the scalp because the scalp is thicker. Wherever the skin is thicker, the henna color turns out really beautiful. And so she loved it so much. People started waving at her. People started saying, oh, you're so beautiful. And so she wrote a beautiful letter to Cupertino Courier about the experience she had. So she felt that henna was healing her cancer. So she would come to me every month to get like a new hairdo, a new henna design. And that really inspired me. It was a big inspiration for me.
So what finally happened to her?
So she actually survived the cancer for like 2 years and then it went into remission totally. She regained back her hair. She came to see me to show me her natural hair because she was so happy about it. And then I think another 2 more years, she was okay, normal health, and then the cancer came back. She actually passed away last January.
But
Yeah.
so she lived quite a while.
Yeah,
But
she
think
did.
of how healing.
Yes.
I mean, healing emotionally for a person.
Exactly.
You know, instead of wearing a wig, which is so uncomfortable.
Exactly.
And that she had. Hannah had.
She had a beautiful story to tell everybody. And she wanted me to do this for other women who are undergoing chemotherapy. She really motivated me. And I went about doing that as a fundraising thing. I would do it for free for people who have cancer. I would do that, yeah.
Are you still doing it?
I'm still doing
You're
that.
still
Every
doing
year
it?
I pick at least 2 or 3 nonprofits who actually approach me and ask me for this support. I just do henna for them for free. Yeah, and whatever money I gain from that, I just give it to that organization. So I've done it for a couple of cancer events too.
So you're really also nonprofit too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am.
So we have to get back to Miss Shilpa. What do you envision yourself doing after university?
I would, body art wise, I would like to really spread the idea of Jaguar into the world because it's basically unknown.
So tell again, when you said jaguar, I thought you said jaguar. So I was expecting to see a big, cat. Well, tell again, because I didn't quite remember it.
Well, jaguar is basically, it's a dye that comes from a fruit that grows in Brazil. It looks like this.
Oh, there's the root. I see now. I kept looking at the flower, but it's the root.
Yeah, the fruit, actually.
Oh, it's the fruit.
Fruit.
Oh, okay.
And they take the fruit extract, and this dates back to very long ago when the indigenous people of Brazil, the Amazon rainforest, used to use it for rituals and ceremonies. And so they would put on their faces and decorate their bodies with it. Pretty much similar to henna too, where it was used as a decoration. And it basically stains your body really dark, actually.
Wow.
And you have to be really careful when you handle it. Even if you're just touching it and it gets on your fingers, it often stains your hands the color, even when you don't want it to.
How long does it take to remove it? Or what do you remove it with?
It could last up to 2 weeks, so less than henna. But
So it's very specialized.
yeah, pretty much. And if you want to remove it artificially, I've heard like bleach or other things like that. Or you could wash your hands a lot. Basically, you have to exfoliate the skin.
But what about using rubber gloves, those like the surgeon gloves, those real thin gloves, when you do it?
Yeah, that's what I
really
usually
good.
use to
do.
handle the actual jaguar stuff when I don't want it to stain my skin.
So in a few years, but you're only 16, but you go to De Anza,
Yeah.
and you still want to be an artist. I mean, that's really is it?
Well, I also want to do environmental science.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been very passionate about environmental things, and she has done a lot for the community too, a lot of volunteering in the environmental field.
Really?
So she wants to combine art and environment in her higher studies. That's what her passion is.
Excellent, excellent. So how many people do you think want that jaguar?
And know what it is, or
Well, no, I mean, have you experienced doing that on anybody?
mostly close friends, and
Okay.
family.
Yeah,
mostly
yeah.
it's friends, yes. And on herself. She does it a lot on herself.
Do you have
And she-
something to show?
Oh,
you do.
I did this today.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, hold it. Oh, look.
It's a tiger, a baby tiger.
You are an artist.
So that's how the color is. It's that dark, and then when you
Well,
draw it.
this is it
Yeah.
when it hasn't been removed yet.
Yeah.
So it's kind of shiny now.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see
Hold it.
the
Hold it
tiger
really.
cup? Yeah, do you see
Yeah.
that?
Hold it really quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, still
Still.
quiet. Still. Do old people have any wonderful occasions that they get henna?
Oh, they do it for their birthdays, the milestone birthdays.
Oh, okay, 'cause you
40,
didn't mention
50,
the old
60.
people,
Yes,
Roopa.
no, yes, I know.
Yeah.
It's an important celebration. 40, 50, 60, every milestone birthday is celebrated with henna.
Okay.
Yeah, not
Okay.
just Indians. I have other clients also who love to do henna as a celebration for their birthdays.
Tell your we have it on the screen, but tell your web page
It's-
slowly, okay?
It's henna bash, like in birthday bash, HENNABASH.com. Yeah, that's my website.
Yeah. I think we're going to have many, many people calling you.
Thank you.
Oh, and I thank you for this.
Thank you. Very
Well,
much.
I'm not a show-off or anything, but I am going to go, around like this a lot for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, right?
That's lovely. Thank you, Suzanne.
So we have a couple of more minutes.
Okay.
And just say again why you think it's so important? I mean, what henna does?
I think it brings joy to the artist as well as to the people who are doing it. So many of the brides I've done, the clients I've done, they tell me when I'm doing it, they feel very calm and relaxed within. And a lot of people think that it's healing, women think it's healing. So if they have any kind of problems in their marriage or in their life with their boss, people actually come and talk to me about it too. And they say when they just come to relieve their stress, so they come and get henna done. So I feel that henna is not only something that's beautiful and adorns you and makes you beautiful, but it actually gives you a lot of joy within. And it's healing. And I think it's a part of celebration too. It's a part of your tradition too that you're bringing in.
Well, I thank you so much. I really thank you so much, Roopa. And Miss Shilpa, I thank you so much too.
Oh, thank
and
you,
all the
Suzanne.
best. And we'll do another show because we have other things to show. And I cannot do a show without thanking my wonderful crew. The crew, we have been together for a long time. We've had our ups and downs and operations and everything. But we are all together. KMBT is the best, and the crew's even better. And of course, I thank my audience for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.
And I would like to thank